Hi, my name is Adrienne. I'm glad that you got to come to this session today. Um, so this session is I'm going to take a little bit of notes. You can take them at the end of the session. Um, Everything that we talk about is going to be between us unless it's harm, and then I will let you know or bring you into the session if, in case something happens. If you can just introduce yourself to me and then just let me know what a typical day is or your week is usually like.
Okay, my name is Jaylene, and it's Jayleen. I guess not, it's misspelled a lot. That's the only reason I spell
Oh,
it.
okay.
um, let's see. So a typical day for me is I wake up at probably about 10 till 7. For some reason, I don't know if it's stress related or what, but my alarm isn't set until like 10 after 7. But for some reason, my body wakes up at like 10 or 15 till every single morning.
Like it knows it's time to get up.
Yes. Yeah, I don't like that. um, so I get up and I drink my cup of coffee and I kind of sit there and wake up a little bit. And then I wake my son up about 7, probably about 7:20 maybe. A little bit earlier sometimes just because I just want to get going. Um, I will drive him to his bus stop. We currently live in a not so super good neighborhood, so I don't take my son to that school there in that neighborhood. Uh, I drive probably about 15, 20 minutes to his bus stop, and he usually gets on the bus about 8:30. So on Tuesdays, I come straight to school. I go straight to school, and I'll sit out in the parking lot. I'll come in the library or something like that because class doesn't start until 9:30, and I'm usually here a lot earlier than that. So, um, and I'm usually in school on Tuesdays until 3:30, 3:20, 3:30, something like that. And then from there, I have to go straight back to the bus stop because my son's bus comes at 4. So, um, and when I pick him up, we'll go to my mother's right there, and he does his homework, or I'll get on her computer because we don't have internet at my house. So if there's anything that needs to be done for school or whatever, I'll do it at my mom's. Um, and from there, we usually go right back home. Stop at the grocery store, maybe something like that. Not a whole lot. But we'll go back home, and I live. My fiance and I, my son, had to move in with my mother-in-law because the state was going to step in and put her in a nursing home or require hospice to come to her home, and she doesn't want either one. So she'd ask us to move in. Um, we were actually living in South Carolina at the time, so we had to quit our jobs and come back to live with her because she owns her house and she didn't want to move to South Carolina. She's stable here, so
Right, and she probably still wants to be a little dependent too,
right,
and have her, her way of living too with.
right. Um, on days that I don't have school, if I'm not, I mean that's pretty much the same thing, other than not going to school. On Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm still taking him to the bus stop and then taking him back, getting on the bus, stuff like that. And then I'm usually have to sit at home just because I never know. Like in the past couple weeks, she's fallen a few times. You know what I mean? So somebody
Right, so you
needs
have to
to
be
be
somewhere
there. Right,
close, right.
right. I have to be there. The last time that she fell, she didn't have her cell phone next to her, so luckily I was there, and she was able to yell for me. I was in the other room.
Right. So I know you said that, your commute, you guys are living with, your mother-in-law. What exactly brings you in to see me today?
Um, I just want to say the stress of everything, really. Like, because we're living with my mother-in-law, and because somebody has to be there 24/7, I feel like I've put in applications and I've gone for interviews. But then when I let them know, like, I'm not available on Tuesdays because of school,
Right,
and
and that's hard too.
it would have to be a day shift because that's when Eric's there. So I'd have to be there in the evenings.
And then with your son, on and off the school bus,
Right.
so.
So, I mean, it's like my hours are so cut into so many work hours that a lot of people just kind of pass me by as far as jobs because I'm not available for that. Um, we also have the burden of when she does pass away, then there's no life insurance. She cashed that in. She's got a reverse mortgage on the house, so we don't have a house when she goes. So we've kind of like given up everything that we had in South Carolina and came back here.
Right.
to nothing.
It's kind of good that you can, I bet it's hard to challenge all these things on once, but it's good that you can, I guess, balance your day to day to help that. I know that you said that, sometimes it with your, family at home, and does it affect you or your friends or anything body around you? I know you said that your parents, you go back and forth to do homework and stuff. How does that affect them, or do you think, does it affect them?
Um, I don't think it affects them like in a negative way. Like I think my mom is. I know my mom is like super happy that we came back
Right.
because my son. I've got three kids, but two of them live with their other grandma. So my youngest son is the only grandchild that she has around here. She's gotten very close to him because she's been around him daily since he's been 6 months. You know what I mean? He's 8 years old now, so
Right.
that's her kid. So she's very happy that we're back. She's happy when we're over there. Yeah, I don't think any of it really like affects her in a negative way. If anything, it's in more of a positive way that she's glad that we're around more.
Right.
Um, I don't I don't know. I guess kind of in a bad mood a lot because, like I said, it's his mom's house that we live at.
Right.
So sometimes I feel like I call it home, and my son calls it home.
But you don't feel like it's your home just because you guys live there and
Right,
she's the.
right. If I'm cooking something and she comes in the kitchen, that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. Like I don't leave the kitchen or anything like that. But like if I'm ready to go into the kitchen for something and she's in there, I'll wait until she leaves the kitchen. I don't know
Right, you feel like you're gonna
why.
step over her toes or.
Right. I feel like I'm invading her area. Like that's and it. I mean, and nobody there makes me feel that way. Like they're very. I mean, we've been together 6 years, and it's. I mean, they're very welcoming. They're
So
very.
you guys lived there for 6 years?
Mm-mm, no, we've not lived there a whole year yet.
Oh, okay.
We've always had our own place. Yeah, we've never lived with her. This is our first time living, so it's. I know it's gonna take some time to adjust to it, but it's
Right.
very stressful.
What have you already tried, or how would you think? What could you do to solve this problem? I mean, I know you guys said that you guys live there. You commute with school. You've tried to get a job, but then everyone looks over that. I mean, you were always there with her.
Right.
How is your routine with her every day? Or I know you said you guys can't go far.
Right. That's. I mean, I have family that's in Ohio. I have a nephew that's on a hockey team, and he plays every weekend. And I feel like sometimes we can't even. Well, this October was the Halloween weekend he played, and we were invited up there. All the family went, but we couldn't go because we couldn't be that far away from. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So, so that gets a little stressful too. I mean,
And have you guys ever thought, oh, well, can she go with us, or is she that
right?
sick?
We've asked her, and she doesn't. She just doesn't have the want to. She doesn't have the want to do anything really.
Right,
She's just
restraint.
kind of. I think she's kind of given up.
Right.
Um, well, I know it's stressful also because we're all three sharing one room. Even though she's got
Gotcha.
3 bedrooms, it's full of all her stuff. So it's like one room that we're all three, me, my fiance, and my son. It's a big room. It used to be a garage, but they turned it into a room before she bought the house. Um, it's got a fireplace, and we've got our own little kitchen table and couch and love seat and bed. And, I mean, it's just like a little tiny apartment. There's no walls. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Everything is separated into its own spot, but there is no walls.
Right.
So I feel like we're all in this one room.
Have you guys, maybe, tried to painting the walls to get a more look, or, have you guys, offered to move into the other rooms, or like what would get you guys as a family to be involved, or what would take to, hey, can we use these rooms, or.
Right. Well, the very back room is more or less ours. We can do what we need to or want to with it, but it's the point of she's still got all her stuff in it. So I don't know. Like she has made progress. Last week she went through some stuff, but it was in her room. Like she's lost a whole
Gotcha.
bunch of weight, so 90% of her clothes doesn't fit her. So she's gone through all of her clothes in her room. That doesn't help the other room,
Right.
and then the other room, it's like all 3 rooms are just stacked full. of her stuff on top of on top of um, our stuff, because some of our stuff couldn't go in storage. Stuff that we use on a daily basis had to come to the house with us.
Right.
So on
And
top of
you
all of
guys
our
are
stuff,
three of you versus one. I mean, and a couple rooms that are unoccupied, but
right?
it would be nice if, obviously you said that it's hard for her to go through that stuff. Do you know maybe what you could do or what would help her? Like, hey, let's get some of this stuff going, or,
Yeah.
a goal that
Now I
you could
have
set to.
some of the stuff I have moved out to a storage shed in the backyard. Um, it's just stuff. It's stuff of hers, stuff of ours that I can go back there and get when I need it.
Right.
Um, I don't. Yeah, some of her stuff I could definitely set some time aside. I'm not even set time aside because I'm there most of the time anyway. So just getting to go in there and actually do it.
Right. I know sometimes too it's hard, you like you said that you guys are all in that one room all the time,
Hmm.
and you don't want to invade over her space. It would, probably benefit you to, help you guys and give you guys more your space.
Right. I almost feel like would I be pushy though to go in there and say like, let's go through your stuff.
Right, but she did invite you guys to come, so
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know if it sounds selfish or not, but I feel like we did her a favor by coming because we were in another state and we were doing fine and we weren't coming back. But then, you know, because she doesn't want to go to a nursing home or she doesn't want hospice coming in,
that was the only
then
option.
we came back. Right. If she didn't have anybody living with her, then she was either going to have to go to a nursing home or have to have hospice, one of the two.
Right.
Those were her options. She could not live by herself because she fell too often. And at one point when we were in South Carolina, she had fallen because there was other family members. My fiance's daughter used to check on her, and she fell. This is what made the kind of pulled the straw out that we had to come back, um, because she fell on a Thursday and wasn't found until a Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, where the my stepdaughter was supposed to be checking on her daily. Obviously, she wasn't because she had fallen on a Thursday night and was found Saturday morning. That could have been a bad
Right. I mean, nothing to
situation.
eat. I mean, you never
Right.
know what her blood
Right.
pressure or anything medical.
Yeah.
So have you guys always lived in the state? I know you said you guys used to live in state, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Have you
Other than
guys
South Carolina, we've always lived here.
gotcha?
Hmm.
So that was was that your getaway or
No, that was his job had actually shut down.
okay.
It got bought out by some people in South Carolina, and they brought two people with them, which was Eric and then a friend of his that worked there. So we all kind of moved down there together. So luckily we weren't completely by ourselves.
Right.
We did have somebody else that moved with us. But that's another, just complete stress on not only on top of, it's nice that we don't have the monthly payment of rent and stuff like that, but we still have all the other expenses.
Right.
And from him making, 20 something dollars an hour to coming back to nothing, and then he couldn't find like a job in what he does. He's a machinist. So all those jobs are kind of taken. They're all going computerized, or the ones that are actually machinists, they're already full. There's people that's been doing it for years upon years, just like he has,
Right.
but they kept their job.
Right.
um, so he's going through a temp service, and it's a big time cut in pay. And we never know when they're gonna like just don't come in today because that's what happened last week. No, the week before last. Just called him on a Thursday. Don't come in today. And that's hard.
Right. Especially, holidays are coming and
Right. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you said that, you guys are rent's free, but everything else, you still have. I mean,
Right.
and with holidays and everything. What if a miracle came? What would a miracle look like to you?
Mm. A miracle to me. I think I want to say maybe if maybe if I woke up and everything was just situated to where I did have a room all set up and we were in there and not even necessarily the other room me my sons because that one big room is fine. you know.
Right.
Um, I would love to have some kind of a part-time job during the day. Like I feel so like I'm not contributing anything, even though I'm there all the time and I'm there with his mom and
Right, and you're in school too, so that's a big load that you still have
right,
to carry.
right. But if I mean if schooling was done and I was out doing what I could do, what I want to do, um,
Where would you see yourself? Like if that miracle came, what do you want to do? Like what are
maybe
you in school for and
I'm in school for the drug addiction counseling,
okay.
and that's just because it kind of hits home to me because my ex-husband was a heroin addict. I was at one point 8 years ago. Yeah, and I know I see what it does to people, so I just want to help people. Like I
I
really
commend you.
that's
I mean, for how long have you been clean?
8 years.
Wow, so that's awesome. I
Thank you.
mean, and then, what you want to do to, help other people, that life experience or what
Yeah,
it impacted on you to
yeah.
service someone else. That's it's really good.
I just want to kind of show people that because when you're an addict, you don't think that you can live clean. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
but there is a
because
way.
you're in that mindset that there's no way you'd be able to function without being an addict, and that's not true. Because
Right.
I was there too. So
Right, and then there was a way out.
yeah, oh
I
yeah.
mean, so now you have, time to speak and, that life experience
Hmm.
to share and help others. So let's kind of go back to that miracle question. You said that, if everything was good, what are some goals that you can get towards that miracle?
I could definitely, like you suggest, I could definitely work with Mary as far as kind of getting some of her stuff together, kind of kind of moving stuff out of the one room just to get us back there. I think that would lift a lot of. Um, if I don't even want to say just Eric, if either one of us had like a steady job, not through a temp service, a steady job,
Right.
that would definitely be something nice to wake up to.
I mean, I know that you said, do you think that with your mother-in-law, does she, or have you noticed that she feels like she's the problem, or have you guys talked to her about maybe, changing anything around?
No, not really, because she doesn't really like step on our toes per se. She kind of stays in her room. We pretty much have the house by ourselves. Maybe that's why I feel like when she does wander out into the kitchen, I don't want to invade her space. I don't, um, because she does. She stays in her room a lot, a lot, a lot. She comes out maybe once a day to go to the restroom.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean she's pretty down. I mean it wears her out to get out and walk around.
Right, but it's
So
still good that she does it, as much as she can
right.
to keep her going. How do you feel like, I mean, I know you said that you had one son at home. How does he feel, or do you think that it affects him in any way, or
Um, I don't know if it really affects him. Like, I know he's still because it's kind of new. He's still like afraid to go to the restroom because the restroom's down the hall, but it's right across from my mother-in-law's room. So I mean, he checks on her. When we come in, he'll come back there and look and ask her if she needs anything to drink, or or see if she's asleep or awake, or he's a very caring person.
which that's
Like,
probably new for him too. I mean, not, having someone around and then, kind of like, someone that you have to watch over.
yeah,
He's still at that age that, he's right there too, but,
yeah,
knowing that he's doing that also.
yeah, he does good.
On your, or your fiance's side, how do you feel that he, because you said that he works nights and then you go to school and you're kind of like the one during the day. Does he help a lot, or do you think it affects him, or
Um, I don't know, he's kind of lazy. Like he doesn't. It seems like he's got to start getting ready for work at like 11 o'clock in the morning. So he really doesn't have much time
So is
to
he 11
do.
to 11 or
No,
11?
he doesn't go to work until 2.
Oh, okay.
Like, but he starts getting ready about 11 because he's got to drive about 40 to 45 minutes
To get there.
to
Okay.
work. And then if he's got to stop for gas or stop and up something for lunch or, you know what I mean, then it just all depends on what time he leaves.
Right.
But he never leaves past 1 o'clock because he's got to be there too. So with him leaving that early in the afternoon, then I feel like he gets up and he cooks breakfast a lot. Like I'd say probably 3 out of 5 times of the work days, he's in there cooking breakfast. And then I have no issue doing the dishes, but
Right.
then in the afternoon and the evening, then it all falls on me, all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Looks like that you have a lot of load on you. So, I mean, wonder how long it would take you to get, that stuff ready for a new room, or have you guys even thought about, I know that you said that, she took another mortgage out. Have you guys just kind of maybe thought about moving to get more commute with you and his work? And, if the mother-in-law wanted to move with you guys, or you guys
Well,
are wanting to stay in that one place?
well, we wouldn't be able to necessarily move out without her, just because
Because of
somebody's.
finances and
Well, no, because somebody's got to be there. I mean, they've got to. You know
right.
what
So
I
if
mean?
you guys moved out, would she want to move with you or
Mm-mm.
no?
No, because she owns the house.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's a reverse mortgage. That way, when she passes away, then whoever has the mortgage on the house gets the house. You know what I mean? Like once
Gotcha.
she passes away, then we'll have 30 days to get out. So that's a stress that's like in the back of my head 24/7.
Right. Because it's kind of like a what if.
Right, because I don't have a job right now, and he's got this temp service job, and it's like, God forbid something happens to her soon.
Right. Have you, I mean, I know that you said that you want a job, right away. Have you thought about, trying to get your schooling done right away just to get out there
Yeah,
or
definitely, definitely, yes. Um, I met with my counselor, and he said that if it all falls together, then next semester could be my last.
wow, you're really close.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been in for a minute.
Right. But every step, does, take you to a goal or an outcome. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, where do you think your, stress level is or
Oh my goodness.
is it off the chart or
Right? No, I'd say probably an 8. Because I don't know, I can deal with a lot.
and you have, your probably your better days, your
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I have days that nothing bothers me. I'm just, and then there's days that just everything blows my mind. Everything,
right. And
from the house
sometimes
to no
too,
job to low
right.
pay to to Christmas to Thanksgiving to you know what I mean. It's just everything, just weighs you down.
Right, and I think this time of the year is always, a crunch time
Right.
for everyone. Winter's coming, everything's slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so back to that goal. How long? I mean, if you want to set it to get things cleaned up, could you maybe start by next week
Oh yeah.
or a
Oh yeah.
month or
I would hope next week. I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up, so that's gonna be just more people in
right.
the house. Yeah, so I have to get the entire house clean,
And then,
not just.
I know you said the granddaughter was involved a lot. Have you guys thought about, bringing her back in and saying, hey, because you guys are always there. If that was her duty before, has she helped out before? I mean, since you guys moved, or is it
No,
kind
no, she comes over at the start of the month just to get my.
of...
Yeah, she does. That's she's 30, 28
So she
maybe.
probably has her own
She's young.
family
She's
and
got 3 kids, little kids, like from 18 months to her oldest is 8.
okay.
So she's got 3 kids from 18 months to 8. So I know that's a handful. On top of her working, and we found out yesterday that she's got She's having issues with dad. So
The
dad of the kids.
Gotcha.
Her boyfriend, fiance. I mean, they live together. They're together. But yeah, we found out yesterday that she's having issues with him. So I'm not sure what's going on. Like I said, we see her once a month. That's around the third.
Right. It would be nice if she can come and kind of give you guys a relief if
Well,
she
you can't
could.
depend on her. Like
Right. If you said she comes
she
once a,
says that. Well, she says that she's coming. More
but
than
she
that,
doesn't.
and then she just doesn't come. Her example, her son's birthday was a few months ago. So, and she said she was coming over at whatever time. So I went out and I told Eric's mom I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get some like little balloons and stuff. You know what I mean? He was only turning a year old. So
Right.
I went out, I got a cake, and I got some balloons and, just little decorations and stuff like that. She never showed up. Never showed up, never showed up. For like 3 days, she never showed up. Didn't hear from her, wouldn't answer her phone.
Wow.
And that was like on a Tuesday, and then she just shows up on Saturday without telling anybody. Wanting to know where the cake was for her son. You weren't coming on Saturday. So
So what
that
did you guys
we deal with that all the
all the
time with her.
time? Yeah.
hmm
And I know that you said that she always wants to come over for money. Have you guys ever put a stop to that or what you could do? I mean, because
We
obviously
did
you
when we
guys need what you
first
guys
got here.
have. Right.
Yeah, we did when we first got here, but then that's kind of slowly gone out the window. She'll come up with different things, different reasons for needing money. She usually always blames it on, oh, the kids need money for this, or the kids need this, or the kids need that. Yeah. And with Mary not being able to get out very often, then, she won't just go get whatever it is that they
Right,
need.
because she's not able.
Right.
Right. Okay, I see that you have a handful on you. So hopefully by, next week or the couple sessions that we can get some goals accomplished and, get um, everything together or get to a goal because, I know you said that you guys would love to get in them other rooms just to have a
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, even just one of them. Definitely.
Right, because then you guys could stay in the back room and then have the kid or
hmm
because obviously he's with you guys not all the time, but I mean especially when to go to bed.
Yeah.
I mean he's still at that age too, but he would probably like to have somewhere to call his room or play games or whatever he can. So we will meet in a couple weeks or even next week. You're feel free to call me or email me. I can give you these notes if you like. Like I said, everything is with us unless there's harm or anything. But if there is, we'll get someone else involved. But you'll know then.
Okay. Thank you.